America thrives on a grand performance, and nothing compares to the drama, the suspense, the sheer spectacle of a U.S. presidential election. Every 4 years, the nation embarks on a political roller coaster. It's a whirlwind of debates, campaign rallies, and attack ads. The media goes into overdrive, experts analyze, polls swing wildly like a pendulum on caffeine. The entire world watches, captivated by the unpredictability. Will it be a seamless transition of power? Or will it be another one of those elections? You know the kind. The ones that leave everyone feeling a bit dizzier, a bit more nauseous than before they got on the ride. To grasp China's reaction, we must first understand China itself. This vast country, with its deep history and varied culture, operates on principles that are often misunderstood by the Western world. This isn't about favoring one system over another. It's about recognizing the unique methods that different nations use for governance and societal organization. It's about acknowledging a fundamental difference in governance. The way decisions are made, how power is distributed, and how policies are implemented differ greatly between China and the United States. America, despite its flaws, is a democracy. It thrives on the chaos of debate, the constant clash of ideologies, and the freedom of its citizens to express their opinions. This dynamic environment fosters innovation and change, but it can also lead to gridlock and inefficiency. Every election is an opportunity to change direction, to elect new leaders with fresh visions. This regular cycle of elections ensures that the government remains responsive to the will of the people. China, in contrast, is a one-party state governed by the Communist Party. This centralized control allows for a different kind of stability and long-term planning. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's be clear. This isn't about demonizing or glorifying either system. It's about understanding the mechanics and outcomes of each. China's system is distinct from Western democracies. It operates on a different set of principles and priorities, which can be both a strength and a weakness. Power transitions are carefully managed. Leadership succession follows a well-defined path within the party structure, ensuring continuity and stability. There are no nationwide votes, no nail-biting recounts. Instead, the focus is on maintaining a steady course and achieving long-term goals. Leadership succession follows a well-defined path within the party structure. This ensures continuity. The absence of frequent elections allows for a more consistent and long-term approach to policymaking. It allows China to pursue long-term goals with a singular focus that democracies often lack. This can be seen in their rapid infrastructure development and ambitious technological advancements. Think of it like this: America is a speedboat, nimble and quick to change direction. This agility allows for rapid responses to new challenges and opportunities. China is a supertanker, slow to turn but with immense momentum once it gets going. This momentum can drive significant progress over time, but it requires careful navigation to avoid obstacles and stay on course. This difference in governance is evident in their overall approach. China's government operates with a long-term vision, meticulously planning decades ahead. Their strategies focus not just on immediate gains, but on sustained growth and influence over generations. Consider China's Belt and Road Initiative. This ambitious project aims to enhance global trade routes and strengthen economic ties across continents. It's a massive infrastructure endeavor, potentially the largest in human history. The scale and scope of this initiative are unprecedented, involving numerous countries and vast resources. The goal is to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa through a network of roads, railways, and maritime routes. This connectivity is expected to boost trade, foster economic development, and create a more integrated global economy. This is a multi-decade, even multi-generational undertaking. The vision extends beyond the present, ensuring sustained growth and development for future generations. Now, imagine a U.S. president proposing something similar. The political landscape in the United States is vastly different. The political hurdles would be immense. The U.S. political system, with its frequent elections and changing administrations, makes it challenging to maintain long-term projects. The next administration could easily scrap the whole thing. And that's the point. The short-term focus of American politics often leads to a lack of continuity in policy and projects. China's system allows for these kinds of ambitious, long-term projects. Their centralized governance enables them to plan and execute with a long-term perspective. They're playing Go, while America is playing checkers. Go, a game of strategy and patience, contrasts sharply with the quick, tactical moves of checkers. This isn't to say that America is incapable of strategic thinking. The U.S. has had its share of long-term projects like the space program and military strategies. But its democratic system, with its emphasis on short-term electoral cycles, often hinders its ability to see those plans through. The need to show immediate results to voters can overshadow the importance of long-term planning. This forward-thinking mindset also applies to areas like technological advancement. China has invested billions into research and development. They've achieved major progress in artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and quantum computing. It's all about steady investment and focusing on the long term. The US is undeniably a tech giant. However, its strategy is often reactive, driven by private sector initiatives or short-term government projects. It's like the difference between planting a tree knowing you won't sit under its shade and hoping someone else will plant it for you. Section 5. The global stage, navigating international waters in a turbulent world. The difference in governance styles is evident on the global stage. China's steady leadership results in a more predictable foreign policy. Other countries can anticipate China's actions, whether they agree with them or not. This predictability can be advantageous in international diplomacy. In contrast, the United States, with its changing political landscape, can be less predictable. Alliances formed under one administration may be strained or even dissolved by the next. This can create uncertainty and instability on the global stage. Section 6. The power of perception, stability versus freedom in the eyes of the world. Why does China remain unperturbed during US elections? The answer lies in their view of the electoral process. They see it as a feature, not a flaw. To them, the frequent changes in leadership and policy represent instability. They observe the chaos, the uncertainty, and interpret it as a weakness. The protests, the debates, the relentless media coverage, these are seen as signs of a system in disarray. In a world facing complex challenges, China offers stability, continuity, and a clear plan. Their long-term strategies and centralized control are perceived as strengths. However, stability comes at a cost. The Chinese government exerts tight control over many aspects of life, from media to personal freedoms. China's system lacks the freedoms that Americans cherish. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and the right to protest are heavily restricted. But for many countries, especially in the developing world, the appeal of stability and economic progress outweighs those concerns. They see China's model as a pathway to rapid development and modernization. And that's the real challenge for America. It's not just about competing with China economically or militarily, it's about demonstrating that democracy, despite its flaws, can still deliver a better future. The US must show that its system can adapt, innovate, and provide stability without sacrificing freedom. It's a delicate balance, but one that is crucial for upholding the values that define America. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. Section 7. The future of governance. Can democracy and long-term vision coexist? The pressing question of our time is this: can democracy and long-term vision coexist? Can the United States strike a balance between the need for stability and its democratic principles? Or will the future be defined by a China that appears increasingly confident in its governance model? These are complex questions, and there are no simple answers. But they are questions that America, and indeed the world, must confront, because the answers will shape the trajectory of the 21st century and beyond. Section 8. Bridging the divide. Insights from two different systems. The solution might not be in choosing one system over the other, but in finding ways to connect the two. The US can take cues from China's long-term strategies, its emphasis on infrastructure and technological advancements. Conversely, China can benefit from America's innovative spirit, its celebration of diversity, and acceptance of dissent. Our future might hinge on our ability to transcend ideological divides and integrate the strengths of both systems. In a world grappling with existential challenges like climate change and global pandemics, collaboration is the only path forward.